BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
The show's starting. I'm not ready. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. My name is Ben. We come to you live every single day, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the history of the show, we've never been later than that. Today is Wednesday, August 3rd. This weekend, I'm going to be Saturday at 10:40 a.m. I'm going to be speaking at InvestFest, put on by the Earn Your Leisure guys. Steve Harvey will be there, Ricky Rose, T-Pain. I'm going to be doing a concert on Friday night. I'm going to be doing a crypto panel there at InvestFest here in Atlanta. Super excited about that. Super excited to support InvestFest. I love a lot of those people. They're involved with it. Ian Dunlap, he's supposed to be at the office today. He's coming for a tour this afternoon, I believe. And also, 19 Keys is going to be there, who was on Around the Blockchain yesterday. Yeah, so really excited about that. Basically, it doesn't take weeks to fix. Talking about our staking pool, it does. We have somebody by the end of the week. We should have this straightened out, or at least know what we're going to do. And by next week, it'll be straightened out. I'm sorry. Stick with us. Be patient. If you're with our Cardano staking pool, guys, it's not easy. Like, it's not easy to run. I hope you guys understand this. It's not plug and play. Like, it takes a lot of know-how to get it set up, and it's definitely one of these things where, like I said yesterday, the guy who set it up for us isn't here anymore, and it's caused some issues. And so going forward, we will have a staking pool fixed soon. And hopefully by the end of the week, I'm going to be in touch with someone for Cardano who's going to help us with it. So really sorry. I don't run the pool. I mean, I don't know how to do it. I'd fix it if I could. And this is actually one of the rare things that I can't do.
Yeah. And also, how it was set, like you said, how it was set up made it a little confusing. So had it been set up differently, yes, it shouldn't be that hard to update and rotate keys. We did rotate the keys, but there's a lot of duplicate files and file paths. So obviously there's a lot in the pool, so we want to be very careful.
Exactly.
And don't want to lose any funds. So
we're call Charles.
We're going, erring on the side of caution. The academic way, as Cardano may say.
I see radio face. It was not Mr. Elrond who set that up. It was not Mr. Elrond who set it up. Mr. Schmeeds. I miss Elrond.
Yeah, I did too.
I miss Elrond a lot.
I was talking to him on Instagram the other day. I was
actually the other day?
On the way to the airport on my last trip.
Yeah. You should tell him to come up here and visit.
Oh, you know who is going to come up here and visit?
Who?
Spiderwolf.
Oh, really?
He literally sent me a message today. I think he's going to come on Friday.
Oh, interesting. Okay. How about that? Cool. Let's see. All right. What is the benefit of staking with our Cardano pool? You get rewards. We mend a lot of blocks.
You make monies.
You make money. You support the channel. So, but yeah, we're going to be that staking pool. Once we get this permanently fixed, we're going to put a little bit more of a focus on that, talking about it. So, Washington Riders, can you do some content on real world utility of crypto projects? Yeah, we could do a video on that. That sounds good. I'll talk to Nick about that. Guys, we had a massive hack yesterday on the Phantom wallet on the Solana network. We're going to be talking about that. We have a hardware wallet review video coming out for you guys Saturday. We're talking about really what happened with that hack, and it's through the JavaScript side, actually, is how they got into it. And this is the example of a hot wallet. This is why hot wallets are good, mobile wallets are good. Cold storage wallets are the creme de la creme. Probably the safest one is a paper wallet, really, to be honest with you. Excuse me. Even saying that made me cough. Paper wallets are, let me drink that down.
Drink that down.
I got Slim Jim. I can put, okay. But the fact is that you're not going to beat cold storage wallets. A paper wallet is actually also a form of cold storage because it's not connected to the internet. If you don't know what a paper wallet is, you should look it up. If you've never heard of one, you'll be shocked. It's literally a printed out piece of paper with your information on it. So, okay. And why did this happen, by the way? Why did this happen? Because a lot of people, because of the Celsius and the Voyager stuff, they've been rushing to get their money off exchanges as quickly as possible, which is great. But they, instead of taking the step to learn how to use a cold storage wallet, they just put their crypto on a hot wallet, which a hot wallet is a desktop application or a mobile app that acts as a wallet that stays connected to the internet. That's the only way that it works. And it's through that internet connectivity that there can be exploits and vulnerabilities on some of those wallets. Most of them are safe. Most of them haven't had hacks. But the Phantom wallet, I don't believe it had a hack until this week. And so that's a really bad situation. A lot of money was lost. We'll look into it. You got to get a cold storage wallet. Just go ahead and put the Ledger. Oh, you got it up at the top. Yeah, just put the Ledger link in there. Guys, if you don't have one, they're cheap. You need to get one just so. And look, we get a cut of that if you buy it. We got like $5 or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
This timing couldn't be any better. I have a text right here on my phone from a friend of mine. Says, hey man, where should I get a Ledger wallet? Do you guys have any extras? This Solana hack is kind of freaking me out. Need to get my stuff on cold storage.
You have to.
So there you go.
You have. I've had so many people on Twitter reach out to me and say, thank you so much for getting me on these hardware wallets. Somebody says BlockFi considered a hot wallet. No, BlockFi is not a hot wallet. BlockFi is an exchange.
Yeah,
BlockFi is a third party.
Yeah.
A hot wallet means you have access to your private keys and it's connected to the internet. That's how they operate.
Cold wallet is you hold the private keys, but there's no connection to the internet.
And now you do, to get the crypto onto your cold storage wallet, you have to be connected through Ledger Live on the internet to be able to move it there. But once it's there, you can unplug it and it goes in deep cold storage. So, all right, let's go ahead and get going here. Here we are on the channel. I mean, guys, look how incredible I look. I mean, look, this is a great picture of me. My shoulder, look at that. Wow.
Apparently 55% of our audience thinks you're attractive.
Now, I will can I be honest with you guys about something? I talked to somebody yesterday about that because I was kind of hurt. You know, my feelings were really hurt. I didn't cry, but only because my tear ducts are broken. And so I was like, you know, only 45% of the people said I'm better looking since I got with Bitcoin. And this person told me, they said, well, yeah, but the other 45% are your true supporters. They knew you were good looking before you had Bitcoin. So
there you go.
You know, 100% of our audience thinks that I'm good looking. And I really appreciate that. So, BitSquad, we love you. Big shout out. By the way, my dad's in the studio out here today. My dad came to visit. So, everybody, thank you for continued thoughts and prayers on that. Dad, are you dead yet? No, he said no. Dad's still alive. This is great news. No, he's doing great. So, glad to have him in the studio today. We've had several guests in the studio this week, which have been really fun. But yeah, so check this out. We ticked down to 1.44 million. We're like 200 away from ticking back up. So if you don't know anybody if you know someone who needs to subscribe to the channel, make sure you tell them. Make sure you stay on them. We've got all of our different channels. Make sure to check those out as well. Oh, we also have on the BitBoy Crypto website.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Even that, yeah. Did we ever look into this?
That works for me. No.
Now
problem.
It's working. Nope.
Yeah. It's something with that computer.
Yeah, it might be the computer. But other people own the same computer. So you can check out bitboycrypto.com. You get access to, obviously, our merch here. I'm wearing our XRP shirt today, Officer 589. You get access to our latest YouTube videos, get access to all of our different channels and Hit Network. These are some of our best videos that we've done. We want you guys to check out as well. And then to get all of our socials, you can go right here. And then also don't forget, you know, I do have Ben Armstrong, actually, which is my personal account. Look, I was at the Braves game last night. Man, we whooped up on the Phillies pretty good.
Nice.
There's our world champion 2021. We might have to make room for a 2022 if we can get the Mets to lose a few games here. But all right, so let's pull up Coin Market Cap. Let's go and get the show started. Let's get it started. Is this Wish.com, Ben Shapiro? So question is here, are people fans of the Black Eyed Peas? Do y'all like the Black Eyed Peas? Do you like the Black Eyed Peas?
I don't even know how to describe how I feel about them. Like, I definitely don't like them. Definitely don't hate them. Probably liked them a lot more maybe 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Like, they've got some decent songs, but
I like Fergie pretty good.
They get way overplayed.
I like Fergie.
Oh, wait. Black Eyed Peas? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas.
I was thinking Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh.
Wrong
no.
group.
I hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But that's only because our gym played Red Hot Chili Peppers exclusively for 7 months.
Yeah.
I would have said I liked them before that.
Yeah.
But the fact is that the Black Eyed Peas, here's how I always Here's how I always describe the Black Eyed Peas. The Black Eyed Peas, now, they got very mainstream, very popular at some point. Before that, they had several albums before you ever knew who they were. I think the one with Justin Timberlake was probably their first popular one. And the Black Eyed Peas, they were a music group that for some reason everyone believed was underrated, that was actually overrated. that's how I always described them. I like Fergie pretty good, but Black Eyed Peas, Get It Started is a pretty good song. Don't Fuck With My Heart, pretty good song. A couple other ones. But, most of them, the rapping on it's awful. They have the worst lyrics probably in the history of music, in my opinion. All right, here we go.
That's the most impossible mix-up I've ever heard. They're both foods. How's that impossible?
Oh, yeah.
Black Eyed Peas, Red Hot
Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Understandable.
You must be hungry or hangry.
I am
hangry,
actually.
Some people say.
I didn't get my breakfast.
20,441 cryptos, 499 exchanges. Market cap up today. Wow, look at this. $1.83 trillion. This is up from yesterday. 73 billion in volume. Bitcoin dominance 41.2%. ETH dominance ticking back up today 18.7%. And 8 Paraguays will send you any transaction. It keeps dropping one, I think, every day. Maybe yesterday was 14 actually. And guys, don't forget, if you love to watch these videos, if you love crypto, if you love XRP, if you love when we bring on guests, then make sure that you guys are smashing the like buttons. Number one thing you can do as a fan of the channel to support what we're doing here. And if you like when we're supporting crypto bills, I'm involved with advising and investing in a new NFT platform.
Nice.
So we got a lot of exciting stuff. If you like what we do at the channel, make sure to smash that like button. Number one thing you can do to help us out. Okay, let's look into Bitcoin here. Bitcoin coming in at 23,381. Not really moved a lot from yesterday. I think yesterday it was 22.9, up 1.75%. Ethereum up 2.23%, back up above 1650. Binance Coin with a pretty decent move. XRP about the same. But XRP's had a pretty good week, I think, hasn't it? Up 10, 11%, so pretty good. Let's check out the top gainers of the day. We got Lido Finance continuing to recover from getting unpegged from ST ETH as it is called. Optimism up again. Optimism up 107% for the week.
It's been crushing
it. It must now finally be. It should be at all-time highs, I would think, if that's true. Let's look. Let's see if it's at all-time high. All-time high. No, not quite. All-time high was 184. It's at 172. But I mean, if you're looking at this chart, it's looking like probably we're about to see an uptrend, I would say, based on just looking at what this is here. If we zoom in for the 1 month, yeah, feels like it's about to rip here. So optimism might be one to take a flyer on. Potentially, I'm not going to do it, but might be something that you want to do.
By the way, did you guys touch on ATV?
The XRP video was the nightly news video last night, guys.
Yeah.
Basically talking about it real quick, where you say what you're going to say. Here's the big news with XRP. It's really not necessarily XRP news. It's ISO 20022 news, which you guys know XRP is all wrapped up in. No pun intended. Basically, now there's going to be wrapped Bitcoin that's going to be available through XDC, I believe, to be able to make it to where, I believe through the Ripple network, it should be possible now to send Bitcoin cross-border. Well, you can send it cross-border anyways, but to send it through, I can't remember if it's through the Swift network, actually, is what it is, which we know eventually will port over to the Ripple network because it makes so much sense. But ISO 20022 is going to end up making Bitcoin an approved asset. That is super fascinating. Could you imagine the Bitcoin maximalists and the XRP army having to work together?
Wow.
That would be, I mean, those are the two most contentious against each other communities, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably.
Have to be. So it is what it is there. I know, but with a million, what is he talking about? Go, scroll up a little bit on YouTube. Keep going. Oh, do you see it? Keep going. I don't see the question the guy asked. I was curious what he asked.
He
said something about a million subscribers.
He was asking about where'd he go?
I didn't see it.
Bullish. This guy. What happened to the XRP? You already answered him.
Yeah, no, that wasn't.
That's bullish. Same guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't mind that question. I thought he was asking something else.
Real quick, did you guys touch on the conclusion of the Craig Wright, Peter McCormick case at all?
We did not. I tweeted about it.
Yeah, on ATV.
Yeah, like here's the thing, guys. Is a lot of you guys know. If you say false things about me, I will sue you. I will, period. Because I don't put up with that. My name, my credibility is all that I have. If you come after me, I'm going to come after you, and I have more money than you, and I'll probably win. But the difference is I can back up my claims. What happened between Peter McCormick and Craig Wright is Peter McCormick was saying Craig Wright is provably not Satoshi, and Craig Wright sued him, saying that basically to just get Peter McCormick to spend a bunch of money to fight it. And the court ended up concluding it's reasonable to believe that he's not Satoshi.
Right.
Obviously, because he's not Satoshi.
Yeah. And they settled it for $1 to Craig Wright. €1, I guess.
Yeah, they settled it for $1. So, guys, that's a provable claim. You know, like, and this is what we call a frivolous lawsuit. This is someone who goes after someone for saying something that, you know, is true, but you're mad that they said it. You know, the big difference, if you're coming out making up lies and accusations about people, then you should be sued. You should be held accountable for that. I do believe that 100%. But when it comes to that situation, it's over now. I'm glad for Peter, but I think it cost him a lot of money to fight that. So, you know, not gonna say, am I Satoshi? I don't know. Just look up the guy who designed the Bitcoin logo. That's all. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yep. Moving on here. Optimism Uniswap up 10%. ApeCoin up 11.53%. Gucci announcing they'll be accepting ApeCoin, which is interesting. You know, VeChain having some big news, up 9%. Stacks, a lot of people very bullish on Stacks right now, 8%. Biggest gainers of the week. Optimism got to be number one. Yeah. Optimism, Lido Finance, Oasis Network, YFI. Somebody was asking about YFI the other day. We never actually hit on it. But yeah, YFI up 65%. Guys, remember how much down these coins are, though. When you see these numbers, this feels like altcoin season exciting.
That's what I was going to say.
This is just a recovery from capitulation on altcoins.
It is.
Really, yeah.
But it is something to keep in mind, especially if you trade a lot of altcoins. There's more altcoin seasons than just the absolute euphoric peak. If you can get in after massive dips and capitulations, you do get relief rallies off of those. Not most times, but I'd say a lot of times. You can make money on alts after huge dips, but you got to be able to get in and get out quick. Don't get in, see that 50% increase, and then think it's going all the way to all-time highs, because it's not.
Somebody said, how could I be Satoshi, which I'm clearly not Satoshi. How could I be Satoshi when I can't predict where the market's going?
I don't know if Satoshi can do that either.
He doesn't move his Satoshi controls the market with his puppet string fingers.
That sounds like
some of y'all are so low IQ.
I was gonna say that sounds like a mainstream media narrative.
Oh my God. Is the Washington Post in the chat?
Right.
Is the Washington Post in the chat? Where are you at, Washington Post?
And just for the noobs out there, CEO of Bitcoin steps down. That's a tongue-in-cheek reference to Michael Saylor. So no, we don't think Michael Saylor is the CEO of Bitcoin. We're just having a little fun.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to bring Frank on. Frank is going to be doing a review of Lux Algo. Don't forget, guys, that you can sign up for Femex trading. You guys can drop the Femex link in the chat.
Sure.
You can check it out. We're going to be showing you guys how to leverage trade. We've got some alerts set up. I'm going to be using Lux Algo on the hourly chart. We're going to do 5x leverage. We've got alerts set up now, so we're ready for some active trades as soon as some of those alerts hit. But a lot of you guys have not seen Lux Algo before. You guys have actually only seen Market Cypher. We're going to be using them together in a very powerful way, and we think we're going to be able to create something that allows people to win. I won with Market Cypher alone. Using Lux Algo that I hear is just as great, if not better. Of course, the people that made it said it's better. CryptoFace would tell you Market Cypher is better, I'm sure. But using them in tandem, this is a way we can kind of superpower our trades with confirmations and really be able to create a winning strategy, and that's what we want. A lot of people think, they love this leverage trading because you go sign up and you lose all your money. I crushed it leverage trading last year. Everybody saw it. We did it live on the show every single day. It is possible to win when you use the proper risk management and you do things the right way. People that say that you can't, they must be failures, and that's why they think that they can't do it, because we've done it very successfully. And it doesn't make any sense for us to talk about this and try to get you to put your money in and lose all your money, because then you don't trade. And that's not, the affiliate programs on these work off trading fees. The more you trade, the better. And you're going to do it if you're winning. So that's what we're really going to take serious over the next several months, is trying to get you guys to be winning traders. So come on up. You want to show them Lux Algo here. Make it happen, Frank.
Let's do it. Should we do another prom pose? Let's do one of these.
This is the first time. Frank kills it. Frankie Candles kills it. Like, he might be the front man here.
All right. Well, on that note, guys, I think Ben actually did just mention two really important things. Listen, leverage trading gets a bad rap because a lot of people do get wrecked leverage trading because they treat it like gambling. You know, you could turn leverage trading into gambling very quickly. It's a lot about, it's more about the risk management, capital preservation, and getting your emotions under control more than it is the TA and the leverage. The higher leverage you use, the more risky it obviously is going to be. But if you're using lower leverage with good risk management, you can definitely use leverage as a very powerful tool. It's just very easy to get carried away with. And I think the majority of people immediately get carried away. And then another really important thing I think Ben just said is a lot of people say, they just want you to sign up for their link so you can lose all your money. And then people think that if you get liquidated, like the affiliates get that money. That's not how it works. I don't know why people assume that, but that's just simply not how it works.
Because it fits the narrative that we're all bad people.
Yeah, exactly. Which could not be farther from
that's right. I mean, obviously, Frank is a good person.
Well, I was gonna say you.
But, that's sweet. That's why I let you hold me at prom.
Lux Algo Riddle. Yeah, Lux Algo isn't better or worse than Market Cipher. It's just different.
I agree.
I have both and use both in tandem. Yeah, and I know Captain Kirk, one of our mods, is absolutely loving Lux Algo, but also loves Market Cipher. So, yeah, it's all about finding what works for you. I've been using a mixture of the two. I use some Market Cipher, some Lux Algo. But I just want to break down a little bit for you guys kind of how Lux Algo works, what it has to offer, because it's a very, very advanced tool, and it has a whole lot of different features, different indicators you could turn on and off. And if you guys are interested in signing up, we do have a discount code. It's just BitBoy20, and you will save 20%. They have all different, you could sign up monthly subscriptions, yearly subscriptions, lifetime subscriptions. So tons of options as far as payment plans, and you could save 20% with BitBoy20. But now looking at the chart here, I'm just going to kind of break it down. I know it's crazy. You have the colored candles, you have the sell signals, you have strong sell, strong buy, regular buy, and regular sell. So let me just start there. Now, I do want to be clear. You typically do not want to just trade off of one thing, as you guys know. So you don't just want to buy when it says buy and just sell when it just says sell. You want to use other confirmations and look at other indicators, other TA, support and resistance. You want to make sure you're looking at other things to get some confirmation. If it was as easy as buying and selling at these signals, everybody would be a millionaire. But with that being said, these are very, very, very strong signals. So I want to bring you over to the daily chart really quick. And I don't want to get too in the weeds here because there is a whole lot that goes into Lux Algo, but essentially, I'm going to go ahead and put it on autopilot. You can change the sensitivity of your buy and sell signal. So if you're scalping, you can make it. You could change the sensitivity to get more buy and sells. And if you're a swing trader, you can lower the sensitivity and get less buy and sells. And I'm just going to put it on autopilot. So if you don't want to change the sensitivity, it will automatically select it for you. But just zooming out here on the daily chart with the sell signals sensitivity on autopilot, you can see just generally it really nails it.
Every single one's a win.
Yeah.
Every single one on the daily chart is a win.
Yes. And that's why, swing trading, you will have a little bit better success rate if you are just buying and selling these signals, which again, we don't recommend. But, you can see sell, boom, you come down, buy, it got you in, one of these candles, boom, you get a big rip, sell here. You could see how accurate these are. Again, I don't want to spend too much time. I just kind of want to break it down and show you guys how it works. So you could use it to swing trade, but I want to show you guys, I'm talking about how you don't want to just
Somebody said, can I answer a question real quick? Zach says, with the scam wicks, how can someone leverage on this? Well, the fact is, this may not be what you're asking exactly, but I do want to point out, there are scam wicks on some of these exchanges. There are wicks that are so insane that they will destroy your trade. I know it happened on Bybit about a year and a half ago. There was a really, really, really bad one. It's happened on Kraken several times. My stepdad actually got friggin' liquidated on the scam wick. And then they had a program where you could get some of the money back, and for whatever reason, he didn't qualify. The point here is, remember this when you're leverage trading. It can always go where you don't think it's going to go. In fact, almost every time it's going to go to where you don't think it's possible of going. You get so caught in the micro of the trades that you don't look at the macro and zoom out to see, oh yeah, it can go that high or it can go that low. That's why stop losses are so important. The stop losses protect you from the scam wicks, and also taking profit as your trade is in the green is another way to protect yourself and leverage in that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want to be careful with those scam wicks. They're crazy with the stop. It's almost like they know where your stop loss is.
They do
your
know.
liquidation point,
well, here's why. Here's why. It's very obvious. Because when you pull up the volume on the different price levels, wherever people tend to think the same way in these trades. Like, what's the number you don't think Bitcoin's going to go below? A lot of people are going to say 17K. So you're going to have your worst stop loss if you're really low leverage down somewhere around that number. Well, it can go to 14K. But the point is, that's a common number a lot of people are looking at. When we're looking at Bitcoin going up, possibly, where are all the take profits by volume? Around 25.3, around 27. You're not unique. What you're thinking about the market is not unique. The market in general tends to think the same ways. And what these people can do is they can look at, oh, the volume at this, and when I say the people, I mean the stop loss hunters, the market makers. What they can do is they can look at the volume, how it tracks over, because I know you like to show the volume where it tracks on the, from a left to right standpoint. They look at the highest numbers where people are planning exits, and then they work backwards and they say, if this person's at 10x, where's their stop loss? If this person's at 25x, where's their stop loss? If they're at 2x and they're at 5x, and that's kind of how they operate they can't see your trade. They're not coming after you individually. Now, maybe like Three Arrows Capital, where everybody knew where it was, that's a different story. But for your individual trades, they're not coming directly at you. You're just not as unique as you think you are.
Absolutely. And yeah, the stop loss hunting is absolutely crazy. Now, another thing with stop loss is, a lot of people ask me, where do you set your stop loss? And there's many different ways to set your stop loss. But one thing I do recommend is trailing your stop loss, right? Now, what I mean by trailing your stop loss is, as you move up in profit, you want to move your stop loss into your entry point at first, right? The deeper into profit you get, you want to move your stop loss into profit. Now, things like Femex, which is what I use for the most part, KuCoin, a lot of these exchanges offer a trailing stop loss feature. I typically trail my stop loss manually, but the idea is to just kind of follow the price into profit. That way, if it turns around and stops you out, you'll get stopped out, and your trade will still be a win, right? So it's a good way to lock in gains without losing out on potential further price action.
Connor with the super chat. Hey Ben, appreciate you guys. Can you share a thought on Coconos. Leaving Algorand, I don't know about that, but possible partnership between Algo and ADA. Be something I'm gonna look into that. I'll look into it. I don't know, but thanks for super chat. I'll look into it.
What about dinosaurs and Job 40?
I don't know what Job 40 is.
Job, the Bible.
Oh, Job 40, talking about dinosaurs in the Bible.
Right.
That's up for interpretation, I believe. Everything in the Bible is up for interpretation. That's literally the point of it.
Okay, so back to the charts here real quick, guys. Now, I'm just going to cover real quick the basics. Obviously, you have the buys and the sell signals.
What an idiot. Okay, go ahead.
You have the buy signals and the sell signals, and then you'll see you also have strong buy and strong sell signals. Obviously, that's kind of self-explanatory. Then you have these blue X's. Now, I really love these blue X's, and what these are essentially take profit signals. So and I'll explain how to add confirmation to these trades, but this blue X here would indicate if you were to ride this up, this might be a good place to take profit, and then you did pull back a little bit. And then the exit for the trade would essentially be here on this strong sell or when the candles turn. Now, the red candles indicate, bearish trend essentially, right? And then the purple ones are kind of neutral. And then the green ones are bullish. Now, talking about confirmations real quick, you could see we have a buy signal here, and it was absolutely dead on, right? You get the buy signal and you come up for this massive gain. I'm not going to waste time trying to measure it here, but it was an accurate signal. Now, just based off of this signal, I would not be putting in a trade just based off of this. But when you start looking at other things like Market Cipher B and your other forms of TA, you can see here that we had lower lows on price and we had higher lows on market cipher B, creating a bullish divergence, indicating that price could come to the upside. That is a very reliable signal. And then also, if you go ahead and pull a local fib here, you can see that this was also a local golden pocket, being a key level of support. So there's some more confirmation where you would be expecting a bounce. You have the bullish divergence, you have a key level. And again, it's important to realize that when you get the red candles here and you get the buy signal, that buy signal is saying it's time to start looking for an entry, right? So you get the buy, the red candles turn purple. Now it's showing neutral, right? And then just basic bullish market structure here. You are making higher highs here as well as higher lows, right? So that is bullish as well. You get the buy signal, beautiful confirmation. And then you did wind up coming from this buy signal. You did come up about 15%, right? Now, even without leverage, if you have a big enough account, you can make some serious gains with a move like that. But I just wanted to show you guys an example of how you can use market cipher and just other forms of TA to add confirmations, right? Because you don't just want to be trading based off of the signals. And if you come into the settings of Lux Algo, just a quick overview. These are all different indicator overlays that you can add. They have a Neo cloud, which is very similar to the Ikimochu clouds. I'm sure I butchered that word. And then they have reversal zones.
What did you call it?
Ikimochu clouds.
Ikimochu.
Ichimoku. I think it's Ichimoku. But I'm not sure. I'm sure I butchered it.
Have you gotten that itch checked out?
Ooh, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if I want to hear.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're Ichimoku. I don't know. Maybe you should have it checked out.
Yeah, we don't want it to spread.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like a good seafood bucket, but sometimes in those seafood buckets come some crabs. So I don't know. Maybe you want to, just saying.
Good old bucket of.
It did not come from prom. It did not happen at prom.
Yeah, well,
don't blame me.
Stand too close to Bip, boy.
Yeah, listen, we're gonna have to stop doing the prom pictures, Ben.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Let's just get straight to the back seat of the van.
Wow, family friendly show.
Yeah, family friendly.
Because your mom's driving, you got to sit in the back seat of the van.
That's
just what I was saying. So, but when you're, you go to prom, you're 16, 17, you may not have a car. Maybe your mom took you.
It's just shellfish, guys.
So your mom's.
Don't be so shellfish.
But looking here, I turned on the reversal clouds, guys. This is a really cool overlay that I like to use. Obviously, kind of self-explanatory. When you do come up into the reversal clouds, I use this on the lower time frame. So typically something like the 15-minute.
He said, don't talk like that in front of your dad. That's who I learned it from. Go ahead.
With the reversal clouds, I like to use this when scalping something like the 15-minute. You can see when you come down and touch this green reversal cloud, it's very likely that you're going to come up and test the red cloud, right? And then you test the red cloud, you come down, touch the green cloud, and it just kind of gives you, obviously it's not 100% all the time, but typically when you come up and especially you touch that second shaded area of the reversal cloud, it is likely that you are going to come down towards that green cloud. And you guys can kind of see how well that has worked just looking at it here. And we did just come up and touch that red reversal cloud. So, and we are starting to come down here. So there is so much that goes into this indicator. There's so many different ways to use it. You can use any combination of all this. And let me tell you, we are just scratching the surface. There is not enough time in the world to explain all of this. There's a million different ways you can use it, but I did just want to scratch the surface here and show you guys.
We're talking about this good bit.
Yeah. We'll be bringing this up a lot more. And again, if you guys want to sign up for this, you can save 20% by using the discount code BitBoy20. And there you go.
Can you put the Lux Algo website in the chat? You may have to look it up.
Yeah.
And then put the coupon code and pin it so people see.
Yeah. But yeah, we will cover this more and more as time goes on. But I'm going to go ahead, and that's all I got, guys. Bing bong. Back to Ben. I got to go to the doctor and get this thing checked out.
Yeah, you got to go scratch that itch. I know you eat. And you
Wait, do you scratch an itch or do you itch the scratch? No, you scratch the itch.
You scratch an itch. Yeah. But he said he was just scratching the surface.
Oh.
So.
Well, maybe we need to go a little bit deeper, Frank.
Needs to get a little internal.
A bit deeper. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead.
Oh, wait. I got to. Go ahead.
Lux Algo as well as market cipher is expensive for small plebs like us to even use. Well, you know what? You can start without it, and you can learn to trade a little bit. I don't know how expensive. I have no idea how expensive it is. I don't know. 30-day money back guarantee over Lux Algo. But I have literally no idea how much it costs. I have no idea. It could be $10,000. It could be $7. I have no idea. But all I know is it works. And guys, you got to think about like this. Please, if you have $100 or $200 in crypto, you're not ready to trade, right? You're not ready to trade at that point. You're one trade away from losing all your money. And so you want to be in a place to trade where you have part of your portfolio that you can move to that and let it sit there. And then if you lose that money, you're out. You got to treat it like that. Right now, guys, we got 4,000 viewers. We got 1,000 likes in the chat.
Nice.
Did you change the title, by the way?
I did.
Let's make sure to smash that like button. Number one thing you do if you're watching. Here's the important thing. If you're watching on mobile, it's hard to hit the like button. People who are watching the chat, you want to be hooked to the chat, you got to X out of the chat. We want you to X out, hit the like button, and then come back in. If you're watching on a smart TV, if you like the big bit boy, the big boy, as some people call him, make sure to bottom left-hand corner screen, there should be something that says more actions or more options. Then you hit react, and then you like this video. The number one thing you can do as a member of the Bit Squad, it's about $500 a year. Well, that's not bad. And if it's $500 a year, that's less than $50 a month.
Yeah.
40 bucks a month, $45 a month, whatever it is. That's not too bad. All right. Let's move on here. Let's get to let's get to Twitter Buzz. We got a couple new segments coming for you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And finally, we're going to get some sound effects.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to actually record a jingle.
Yeah.
Blockwork says a new bill that would give CFTC oversight over Bitcoin and Ether has been unveiled. The bill would deem Bitcoin and Ether as commodities. Do we know who is sponsoring this bill or where it is? That's great news. But I want to know who's sponsoring it. Just because something came up and they said, hey, there's a bill, doesn't mean it's going to get approved. They've had bills for all kinds of crazy stuff. But certainly that would be great. Maybe we can get XRP on that list too. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's good news. All right, moving next one.
Oh, yeah.
The $1.28 billion lottery winner will only get $433.7 million after taxes. How is that possible?
Because the IRS takes like $800 million. I retweeted
that doesn't make sense. Nobody's at a 60% tax bracket.
Well, according to
that doesn't make sense.
Well, it's true.
Maybe somebody can explain in the chat.
Forbes reported it. I think it is true. There is a 60%. There's a tax on the wealth, and there's a lot of I think there's a specific tax just on lottery winnings. And
what the frick?
I retweeted it. It was like it's literally a tax on the poor.
I've seen it, but I haven't seen the number breakdown.
The biggest winner of Mega Millions jackpot is the IRS.
The highest tax bracket is 37%. That doesn't make any
for
another 23% on top of that.
Yeah, that's the individual
from the highest tax bracket.
That's an individual income tax. There's all sorts of other taxes that get layered onto it. And
federal and state tax, but and state tax still doesn't get it close to that.
Yeah.
Okay. This makes sense. No, you're kind of wrong on that. This is what makes sense. The cash out option is a 30% tax, and then they tax the rest of it at the normal break. So that puts it almost at about 60% because they're taking 30% right off the top. So then they're taking 37% of 66% of the total. So I know there are other taxes. You're not wrong in terms. I know there's probably a lottery tax. I know there's probably some different taxes, but you can't get to a 60% number from that. They're losing 30% off the top when they take the cash.
Yeah.
So they're actually not. The IRS isn't getting 4.33 million out of 1.2 billion. They're actually getting 37% of 800 million. That makes more sense, doesn't it?
Sort of. Yeah, basically the bottom line doesn't really matter. The bottom line is the IRS wins every single time. And it's
757 million cash option, and then they get 430. Wow, golly. So much.
No, he was getting the 400.
Yeah, he'll get the 400, but it's out of 737 million is what actually the prize is going to end up being.
Yeah. And basically it's an extra, if you pay all your taxes and then you go buy a lottery ticket, that's like you opting into paying more taxes. What it does is it takes the pocket change out of the poor's pocket, puts it right in the government's pocket.
You know what's so funny, TJ?
What?
The people that come in this chat that try to make us look dumb, that are so freaking low IQ, it's hilarious. Like, they're so dumb that they don't understand satire. Oh, BitBoy, you're such an idiot. There's no CEO of Bitcoin. Is that on the thumbnail?
Yeah, no, it's on the title. That's
why
it's
on the title. Guys, It's a joke. It's a meme. We know there's not a CEO of Bitcoin, you freaking idiot.
That's why I said
how low IQ can you be to come into a chat and to try to criticize someone who has just made a joke that went over your freaking head? How? How can you do that? How can you come into my chat and be low IQ and try to make me look dumb?
Yeah.
I didn't even write it. Even the people that make my titles are smarter than you. It's really sad. I feel really bad for you. I wish I remember your name because I would kill you the same way I kill Kenny.
That's why I said it at the
beginning. Not in a literal
sense,
of course.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
A couple people have said something about it. But I just, guys, it looks really bad when you come in and try to make fun of us and you end up leaving with your tail between your legs because you're a lizard person. Did you see the movement to remove Gary Gensler, the dinosaur descendant to be removed? 20K site so far. There's like a move. TJ, I haven't talked to you about this. But I've been contacted by someone about leading a class action lawsuit to get rid of Gary Gensler.
Wow.
I'm not saying I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to talk to him. We're going to have a conversation about it, see what they say. Because there is very strong precedent to be able to actually do this and succeed and win and actually make real change. So, okay, I wish I remember what that guy's name is. I like Kenny. But
last fun fact about the lottery that I like to share is it was literally a mob thing. That's the way they made money back in the day. They stopped the mob from doing it, and then they came and made it a government thing and taxed it. So
yeah,
well, it's literally a mob racket.
The coolest thing to do in Las Vegas is to go to the Mob Museum.
Really?
Me and my wife went to the Mob Museum. It's at the end of Fremont Street. It's very close to Fremont Street. It is the coolest freaking museum I've ever been in. Like, you are engrossed because it starts with just the history of the mob. I didn't know. Well, the mob is different than the mafia. Mafia is Italian only. Right. But the mob, how it started, it actually started from immigrants coming over, like thinking they were coming to streets of gold and then not having anything when they got here, having to group together to try to fight for scraps. And that's how it started in the United States. And then how it leads into Las Vegas was the mafia, like the mob.
They built it.
Bugsy Siegel, he's the one that pretty much built the first casino there. The first major casino, the Flamingo. Love flamingos. I love flamingos. They're long-necked animals, stand on one leg. They make for great photos. But what I would say is very fascinating to see how they built Las Vegas as well. A lot of people don't know this stuff about the mob, and it was very, very fascinating. About Valentine's Day Massacre, all this stuff really good. If you go to Las Vegas and you don't go to the Mob Museum, they should pay me for this, by the way. You should pay me for this Mob Museum, but you do a great job, and we love you. Bullish Kenny G, I'm here. Ben Sarah Kenny. We love Bullish Kenny G. Whit Hagman said, hey, Ben, thanks for having me out to the studio yesterday. He came and visited, a local guy. UTJ and Frankie and Jen were so kind and hospitable. Already made some plans with martial arts guys to come to the distillery. Cheers. Awesome. Well, we love having when people in the local Atlanta area. If you're interested in coming by the studio for a tour or check things out, you can hit up, what do you hit up? info@hitnetwork.com. That's how Whit got his visit here. Go ahead. Next.
All right.
Next. Solana blockchain has perfected hacking. Is Jason Williams an Ethereum guy? Isn't he an Ethereum guy? Probably so. I think he is. But yeah, I believe that, Solana has problems, guys. Solana has big problems. I'm not bullish on Solana at this point. Now,
I am.
I'm bullish on the price. Yeah. I'm bullish on the price because Sam Bankman-Fried's going to pump it. We already seen that. Bullish on the price. It's going to do great.
Yeah.
I'm not bullish on Solana as a serious competitor to Ethereum. You're bullish on it as a serious competitor to Ethereum?
I'm bullish on it for the price. I think it's going to be around, and it's going to be
it's not going anywhere. I agree.
It's going to be a top 5 layer 1, but I don't think it's going to necessarily replace Ethereum.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Here we're way behind today.
Yeah.
We got XRP Mickle coming on today at 12:30. So we're going to be talking XRP with him. I think that's, let me make sure I got the name right. You see these over and over again, but then you don't actually. Mickle.xrp. He's going to be coming on today. Markets Mickle _ 12,000 followers. I don't even follow him. Wow, I see his stuff all the time. It's weird how Twitter shows you people all the time. You just think you follow him, and I don't even follow him. But I do now. There you go. I follow him. So really cool stuff. He's going to be on talking XRP. Bitcoin holds above 200-day moving average. Institution turned bullish on crypto in July with the strongest inflows of 474,000. I still don't necessarily know if we can trust these numbers because of all the stuff with Celsius and Voyager. I think it's added a lot of wrinkles to the flow game. I think we're going to look back in a year from now, and we're going to see that this 2 to 3 month period has a lot of outliers with inflows and outflows. So obviously that kind of doesn't make sense in a way, because these are saying that they're inflows into exchanges, and we're talking about outflows is where things are happening. But think about people sending money from Voyager or from Celsius or from Uphold. Obviously, they're not sending from those now, but from Uphold or KuCoin into safer exchanges like Coinbase. That does make sense. People moving off of, second and third tier exchanges and only going to exclusively to the top exchanges. We don't know if all the outflows are tracked from the smaller exchanges and stuff like that. So I'm just saying there could be some outliers in these numbers here. Bitcoin Wholecoiners up 40K since June crash began. Now, you guys know that we had an ADA Wholecoiner in the chat yesterday.
Wow.
We bought 10 of those Crypto Crow NFTs, by the way.
Nice.
They're only 17, or no, they're 17 and a half bucks. They're like freaking 35 ADA a piece. We love Crypto Crow, support that project. So according to look into Bitcoin, the number of Wholecoiners has been steadily increasing since January 31st, when prices were around 38K. And there's old Lark. Number of wallet addresses holding at least one Bitcoin has jumped about 40,000 since the crash started. A lot of people hitting their whole coin goal. A lot of people lost their whole coin goal with Celsius and Voyager, though, unfortunately. Yeah. They show the number of wallets holding more than 10 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, and 1,000 Bitcoin have started to taper off or even decline during the same period. So it looks like, I tell you what's interesting here. If you look at what do you see when you see this data? When you read this sentence right here, what do you take away from that?
Data shows the number of wallets holding more than 10 BTC, 100, and 1,000 has started to taper off or even decline during the same period. So basically, more one wallet or one coin wallets, less of the larger wallets.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of that's just getting moved around and split up for the larger.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like some of these bigger wallets are selling that Bitcoin to the smaller wallets.
Could be, yeah.
Like they
people
know
that had to liquidate because of different reasons. Maybe they had reserves in different places. I mean, we had to sell some of ours for dollars at prices we didn't want to because a lot of our stuff that was on Celsius got pulled. So that could definitely be part of it. But it is nice to see a lot of people getting to that one Bitcoin goal. And I think it does show the retail market is maturing and do have conviction that Bitcoin is going to stay around. Yeah. And when the price dipped, maybe they were sitting at half a Bitcoin, or maybe they had 0.75.
True.
And they were able to go ahead and make that move up to get the whole Bitcoin. I know people here in this office have told me they were able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And the prices is lower, or much lower, so it's easier to get a whole coin now.
Exactly.
But to me, when you're seeing the bigger wallets fall off and the smaller wallets rise, to me that says that the bigger wallets expect a bigger drop, and they're letting some of their Bitcoin go. Exactly. And I think that's expected. There was, a lot of us are unified. Me, Wendy, I believe Crypto Face, Gareth Soloway. A lot of us are unified that we still think we have another drop, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen for sure. But there's a lot of common thoughts there. There are some outliers saying they think that we bottomed already. But a lot of us think that, we haven't, and it's stuff like this that makes me think that we're dead on there. Let's see here. Bitcoin miner now hold a record 1.856 million BTC. Now that's fascinating, because if you know the way that mining works and you know the way that halving occurs, basically for the last 2 years and 3 months or 4 months, 2 years and 4 months, the production has been cut in half. So we've only produced at this point in this halving cycle, we've produced basically 5/8 of the Bitcoin we're going to produce in this cycle, which is half of what we produced in the last cycle. And yet the miners now hold record numbers. What does that say? This is what you guys have to think about. When you see these numbers, there's too many of these analytics guys on Twitter that are putting out information, and they're not telling you why it's important, what you should take from it, what inferences you should make from it. Guys, what this is telling you right now is miners are accumulating more than they're selling right now. Mm-hmm. Why would they be doing that? Well, because the prices are not where they want to sell at. They're expecting prices to go back up at some point. So they're continuing to accumulate. There's a lot of people pushing these narratives, 10-year bear market. I had a conversation with Crypto Savvy. I talk to Crypto Savvy almost every day. Do you know that?
No, that's interesting.
He texts me, or he sends me Twitter DMs like almost every single day. And I love Crypto Savvy. I think he may have hit 50,000 on YouTube. Great for him. I think it was at 3,000 when I first saw him. That was a long time ago, though. He's been in the space for several years. He's very bearish. People know he believes that this is a bubble pop. We've never really had a bubble pop in Bitcoin before. And I'm just like, yeah, but the thing is, how much different? Let's say Bitcoin went down 95%. That would put it, I think, at like $3,500. That's his low target. Say it went down 95%. It averagely goes down to 85%. It's been down 90% before. How much further is 5 more percent? I don't think this is going to be like the dot-com bubble. If it goes down 95%, the people that have held it that low, they're still going to keep holding it. Like those people are believers. So I just can't see that idea we have that long of a bull market or of a bear market. I still think we're going to see the same 4-year cycle. He argues with me about it every day. And why does he argue with me about it? Because he believes it 100%, and he's trying to tell his audience. That's why. He wants me to tell you that Bitcoin's going to $3,500 and it's going to be 10 years potentially before you are back in profit, because he thinks it's important. And so I'm giving you that message. That's from him. I don't think that's true, but he's not doing it because he's a bad person and he wants people to lose money. He's actually doing it because he really believes it's going to happen. He's trying to warn people. So you got to appreciate that sentiment. And we always will put out the extremes of the sentiments because obviously, we want people to be prepared both ways. I don't think we're going to see it, but he's adamant we're going to see it. So talk about the Solana hack, Solana exploit.
And
go ahead.
To be clear, it's not just a Solana hack. It's more of a mobile wallet hack, and they're targeting a lot of Solana. But also Phantom and Ethereum are effective as well.
Yes. Wait, what?
It's not a Solana.
No, it's a Phantom wallet, right? It's not Phantom the project that was affected. No, it does say Phantom.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's still spelled like the project, I think. That's how you spell Phantom, right? On CoinMarketCap? Let's see. I think it is. In my brain, it is.
One's with a
Phantom.
No, the other one's with an F. No, the project.
Yeah, you're right. It is an F.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
They did get a lot of Solana, but it's not just a Solana hack. It's a mobile wallet attack, which obviously the Phantom wallet is a Solana wallet, but
there were other coins that were in, is what you're saying.
Yes,
I understand.
It's not a chain attack. It's a wallet attack. And from what I understand, it's something between the wallet and the block, like something with Amazon Web Services is actually where the attack is. But let's get into it.
A hack on the Solana blockchain entered a second day on Wednesday with no firm consensus on the source of the exploit or how it might be stopped. Hot wallets are considered less secure than cold wallets as they stay connected to the internet. Now, go ahead and do we have the Trezor link up there?
We do. Yeah,
throw the Trezor link up there. We haven't put that one up there yet for you guys. Not everybody likes Ledger. If you want to check out Trezor, you can. Cold wallets, meanwhile, store private keys within an offline hardware layer. That's why it's called cold storage. It's offline. The latest wallet exploit is one among a series of issues playing the Solana blockchain. Hold on, can we pause right now?
Sure.
That was a Solana joke. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. I didn't really need to pause. Despite being a widely used layer 1, Solana has suffered regular outages due to block congestion. So there you go. And of course, Charles Hoskinson here facepalmed smart contract standards. I love Charles Hoskinson, man. You know what he does? He likes to poke the bear.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody like that.
Me
that likes to poke the bear. I don't know anybody like that. Today's multi-million-dollar hack of Solana wallets left no one indifferent. Cardano founder and blockchain developer Charles Hoskinson, who regularly makes caustic comments about Solana and his own rather critical opinion of his competitor, was the most partial. Now, to be clear, I don't think I've seen. Do we have a discount code for Ledger, by the way?
For Ledger?
I don't think we do. Guys, just so you understand the way Ledger operates, they pretty much only offer discount codes around Black Friday.
Yeah.
Or like Valentine's Day. They'll do it around a holiday. I don't think they did any last year. They didn't do Black Friday last year. I was very surprised. They sent me an email like, hey, we're probably having this big Black Friday deal. And they're like, nah, we're not going to do it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I don't think there is one right now. Maybe you can find one somewhere. But they do them very temporary. Yeah. It's usually like a 5-day sale.
We are going to,
and they're already cheap, guys. You're not.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? $10? You know.
Exactly. We are going to get some to do as a giveaway in the future.
Yeah.
We don't have any right now, but that's one way we'll give you type of bonus.
Yeah. I haven't heard Charles say a lot of bad stuff about Cosmos.
Nope.
Haven't heard him say bad stuff about Elron, Algorand, HBAR. Pretty much Solana. I don't know if he said anything about Polkadot. I assume he probably has. Polkadot, I'm sure he said stuff about Ethereum. But, you know, I mean, some people might argue what he must see these three as like the biggest competitors. Obviously, two of those founded by, you know, one of them founded by Charles and Vitalik. The other one founded by Charles completely. The other one founded by Gavin Wood, who was a co-founder of Ethereum with Charles and Vitalik. So, you know, is he going particularly hard after Solana? I think he's going particularly, oh my gosh. I think he's going particularly hard at Solana because he knows technology sucks or where they're at with their infrastructure sucks.
Yeah.
Alex Becker said, Cardano holders are thrilled about Solana tonight because it's the first time in a while they've watched something other than their wife go down on other men.
Wow.
Wow. That Alex Becker is a snarky guy. He's very snarky. He's snarkier than I am by a long shot. I mean, I'm cooler than he is, obviously. I don't wear a hoodie or, you know, I'm making fun of Alex, but I don't dislike him. He has his niche and he does his thing and I respect it. I respect his hustle. I wouldn't say anything bad about him. Okay. All right. Solana NFT marketplace Magic Eden expands to Ethereum. This is pretty big news. Solana leading NFT marketplace Magic Eden has announced it will support Ethereum NFTs. Man, wouldn't it be cool if there was a platform out there that supported every chain? Wouldn't that be crazy with one that was the goal?
Wouldn't
it be crazy?
That'd be great.
Wouldn't it be crazy if they were launching with two of those and maybe a Cardano, maybe XRPL after? You know, that'd be crazy.
Everything all
not without my
place.
dolphin. What?
I said everything all in one place.
Yeah, you literally only have to go to one place to buy any NFT on the interwebs. That would be insane, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could make a lot of money if they could put OpenSea out of business even. You know, they could.
I think OpenSea is doing that to themselves.
I don't think they need any help. I don't think they need any help at all. But I'm here for a friendly hand. Here to lift them up. Okay, before we bring XRP Mickle on, Mickle.xrp, MicroStrategy CEO steps down as company takes a $917 million hit on its Bitcoin investments. And there's Michael Saylor. You know, look, I like Michael Saylor. I like him personally. I had nothing bad to say about him. On Around the Blockchain, I mentioned yesterday that, like, I've heard conspiracies that he's involved with the central banks and he's controlled and all this stuff. I don't know any of that stuff to be true. I couldn't possibly make a judgment on that. But what I will say is I do remember I have called Michael Saylor a little naive at times because he's so new to this market. This is his first market cycle he's been through. And I don't know if he was prepared for how bad this was going to get. Does this have anything to do with him stepping down? I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I really want you guys to understand. I really do like Michael Saylor a lot. He comes on the channel. You know, we've conversed on Twitter before. But, you know, the thing is, you know, he's a billionaire. He's done really well in life.
Yeah.
You can't replace experience in this market. Well, you can't replace it.
And I would argue that, and I'm sure he would echo this, that he's not stepping down because of those numbers being down in any way. He is a billionaire. He likes to talk. He likes to talk a lot, and he likes to be free to say whatever he wants. Being the CEO of a publicly traded company limits, I'm sure, what he can and can't say from a regulatory standpoint. So I bet it's more he wants the freedom to be himself and say what he wants to say. So he's, you know, moving where he sits.
By the way, he did laugh at 3 of my jokes on the last interview. 3. In one 30-minute segment of the 2 interviews. I think there were a total of 5 laughs, just so we're clear. Somebody said, Trip Stick says, if one of these projects you're starting absolutely crushes it, you going to quit YouTube? Absolutely, guys. I hate doing this show every day. I hate coming on here and talking to y'all. No, guys. If I'm a billionaire, I'm still on this show doing the show. I can promise you that. There's nothing I love more. I know, guys, I go to conferences, and I know that there are, there are times I'm gone. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, on this grizzly bear hunting trip. I got to kill the bear in the bear market. It's what happens. I may get mauled by a bear. They say mauls are not popular anymore, though, so maybe that won't be a bad thing. If I have my arm cut off, I don't know if I can hold the shopping bag. But what I would say is there's nothing I love more in my week outside of maybe in baseball season coaching my kids baseball than doing this show every day. I have so much fun doing the show with you guys. I love it so much. It's cathartic for me. Like, I love it. There's nothing I would never want to quit doing this. One day down the road, years and years and years down the road, when I have gray hair, that's probably not a bad reference. I already have gray hair. Maybe we have people that replace me. That's not something I think about. I'm long-term here. So haters, get used to me. I ain't going nowhere. What were you going to say, TJ?
I was just going to say, how cool would it be if you end up getting a bear on that trip and it does turn out to be the actual bottom of the market right when you get the bear? Yeah. That would be pretty epic.
It's in September.
Yeah.
And guys, where do you think the bear's going to go?
No.
The full life-size bear.
Where?
It's going to go right back here.
No.
We got to put him right back here right back here behind me. So I'll be here and the bear will be like this over me all the time. So we're going to do a moose too while we're up there. So it is what it is. Mark Oakley, I don't care if it's a good look or not. I am who I am and I like what I like. So it is what it is. Bitcoin advocate Michael Saylor is stepping down as CEO of a software company he co-founded, MicroStrategy, and will instead take on role of executive chairman. Fong Li, the current president, will replace as CEO. What does this guy look like? Let's pull him up real quick. And we'll get XRP Mickle in 2 minutes. Let's see. There he is. So is this him?
Whoa.
Golly, this guy got arrested for selling bath salts, I think. I don't think that's him. If that is him, that's a younger him for sure. This is the guy right here, I'm sure. This is him. So Fong Li, there he is. Let's see. Where is this? MicroStrategy's message to investor is to continue providing oversight. Now, here's what I wanted to talk about. I said this yesterday on Twitter. I said that there was basically the Black Swan author calls MicroStrategy CEO step down a nail in the coffin for firm's Bitcoin strategy. This is Nassim Taleb. What do we know him from? I think we've covered him before on something. I don't know what. Appeared to mock Michael Saylor for stepping down. How much of the 120 BitK will they have to sell? Another nail in the coffin to the we will never sell. Taleb also took issue with the new management change, suggesting there must be more to the transfer. Company did not comment on their Bitcoin strategy. Here's what I want to say. And it's funny he says this because this is exactly what I believe is a potential consequence of this. Without Michael Saylor there, now if the company sells Bitcoin, they're not going against Michael Saylor's word, right? Michael Saylor said he won't sell. He's not in charge now. Is this because they've lost so much money they need to liquidate some, to try to pay some bills? Potentially, I hope not.
I don't think so.
But this is a potential here now. And I tell you what, you're looking for that last leg down, that capitulation. If MicroStrategy, they start selling their Bitcoin,
I've got a different theory because I don't think they'll sell it when it's so much in the loss. But we know their blended entry, I believe, is around that 28K number.
Yeah.
And so if we're getting a relief rally and then they dump a huge amount to break even and get their position much smaller, but still at a break even, that could be the rejection at that 28K level that sends us back down again.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be. And if you look at when Tesla sold both times, those were huge dumps. Maybe that's what we see. Maybe we get, maybe we don't. Maybe we get some, the midterm elections are a surprising result and they dump some because of that. And that causes, I'm looking for the midterm elections to play a role here, for sure. But this also is a potential to add some additional selling pressure. Saylor is in charge votes wise. That may be true. I haven't seen that. He is still on the board. So basically the long and the short of it is we are going to need to, this is going to go for a few days until I think we really see crystal clear what the goal here and what they're thinking about doing.
I think he still owns, that says 90, but the number I've seen a lot is 60% of the company.
60%. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's bring on our guy here. What is up? Oh, you got it. Oh,
what's up, Ben? How's it going?
Not much, man. I'm chilling. Let's pull it. We pulled up your Twitter earlier, but if you can just tell everybody what your Twitter handle is so they can check that out first, and then you can put that TJ in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Mickle Markets. You actually followed me before I saw that segment. You followed an imposter the second time. So Mickle Markets, no underscore at the end.
Oh, frick. I got impersonated wise. Why did that one come
They're
up first?
nonstop. I can't keep them away from me. It's horrible.
Outside of Elon Musk, I believe, well, I've heard Mr. Beast has actually had a huge tick up in impersonators. I think I have more than almost anybody on the planet. Like my friends in real life, they'll follow me on Instagram and they're like, why did I get 100 of you follow me? I'm like, man, that is so freaking annoying. You know, it's one of these things. It's a result of success and things like that, but it's an unfortunate part of what we do. I thought you had more followers than that too, so that was a little weird to me. But let's talk XRP. Just tell everybody a little bit about what you do in the space, and you know, I'm a fan of yours. I like a lot of stuff you tweet about. I've engaged with it before, and you know, I think it's some good stuff. We love the XRP community, so go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, thanks. So I was just a tech investor before I really got into XRP. I was big into Tesla and some other NASDAQ companies, and I kind of came across Ripple and XRP, and it was kind of just the most complete crypto asset that was really making a difference on an institutional level. So I started doing a lot of deep dives and research on that, and I really just saw it as a perfect financial instrument that these institutions need to really transform our financial system. So I started doing a lot of research on that. The court case obviously fascinated me. So I do a lot of deep dives on the court case also, but really it's just one of the craziest stories, one of the craziest assets, I mean, I've ever seen, and it probably will go down as in history as one of the craziest financial stories of our lifetime.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. And I think the narrative has been set up even better because of this SEC case. I mean, when you look at 2017, when did you first get into XRP?
I didn't get into XRP. I didn't get into crypto in general until late 2019, early 2020. Okay. And that's when I really started to dig down into this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was early enough.
It was actually pretty good timing, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the end of 2020 that was my most depressing time. You know, like that was the bottom of the sentiment was December, and then January of 2020 was when the sentiment was at the worst. And then things started going back up. But, you know, obviously, if you look back at 2017, you know, XRP led the entire altcoin run. There might have been one, I think maybe IOTA had higher returns, but just barely. XRP was the one. Everybody had a Toast wallet, and, you know, where you had to keep 20 XRP in there no matter what. And, you know, you were buying it on Changelly, and, you know, it wasn't even on Coinbase and things like that. And it really led that market. I think the returns on it, I believe, were 69,000% on XRP over that bull run.
Yeah, that's accurate.
About. Obviously, in the last bull run, we didn't even get to all-time highs with XRP. And I think that's really set up for a big narrative in this next altcoin cycle as we move more bullish, where I think XRP's got a great chance to once again be the leader of the entire market because of the suppression of the price due to the SEC case. What are your thoughts on that? Where do you kind of see things going, you know, as we head into the next cycle?
Yeah, so I think one thing that's very interesting is XRP did lead the last bull run. And one thing you notice on the, not the last one, to 2018 one, and the last one, as you were referring to, the SEC brought the case as soon as XRP started moving. It was up at around 50, 60 cents, started to get moving. So I find it hard to believe that wasn't somewhat intentional. I do think as soon as this case is resolved and XRP has clarity, which I'm very sure XRP will have clarity after coming out of this case, I think it's going to be the perfect cryptocurrencies for institutions really to start dipping their toe in. I mean, Ripple is extremely transparent around XRP. XRP is definitely a leader in technology, and it really has the most real-world adoptions for institutions on the back end. So I think there's going to be a ton of adoption once XRP gets the clarity it needs for companies into the U.S. to really invest into XRP and know they're not going to get attacked by the SEC down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what we're all hoping. You know, we're all hoping that this kind of helps out the entire space. And what an interesting turn of events would it be if XRP is the thing that kind of saves crypto, right? Because you know how the people feel about XRP. You know how the people not in the community feel about it. Why do you think there's such a big misperception, or is there a misperception of XRP, especially in terms of like centralization, banks? You know the whole narrative.
Yeah, so I have a feeling, and it took me a while to fully understand because, like I said, I got involved in 2019 and 2020. Same way everyone gets involved, Bitcoin, then Ethereum. And then I learned about XRP, and I actually couldn't wrap my head around why people didn't like it. It was so hard for me to understand. But eventually you just realize is XRP is everything that the Bitcoin maxis always wanted Bitcoin to be in an ideal world. And I hold Bitcoin, I like Bitcoin a lot, but that's XRP is what they wanted Bitcoin to be. And I just don't think they like that. I think because of that, they feel the need to tear XRP down. I mean, Bitcoin's special and Bitcoin will always be great in its own right, but it's never going to be a back end settlement asset for financial institutions. And I think they just kind of want to move the narrative towards that. Either way, though, I think all the centralization narratives, all that stuff is just made up. It's all FUD. There's really nothing to it.
Yeah. Well, I think that what you said there, where you said it's a better version of Bitcoin, I would put a little caveat to that, and I would say it's what Bitcoin wanted to be, but on a wholesale level. It's on a wholesale level, because it's peer-to-peer. Is XRP going to become the peer-to-peer electronic currency people use? No, but it's the B2B, is the business-to-business, is the bank-to-bank, version of Bitcoin they wanted. And the Bitcoin maximalists, they do hate it for sure, but once again, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's how I came around XRP, was because of the SEC case. At first, I was like, this is going to destroy it, obviously, blah, blah. And then I started really doing the research and figuring out how wrong I had been about a lot of things. But that's the thing here as well. Like, who's really the enemy? Is it XRP, the enemy of Bitcoin? No, it's the SWIFT network, because the SWIFT network is a network of information. There's no value being transferred. Bitcoin and XRP are both networks of value where you're sending the value as it goes. And I understand that argument for sure. Now, let's talk a little bit about the case here. What do you think when it comes to the case that, where do you see us? Somebody asked, I think it was Grant Gustavin here asked in the chat, when do you think it'll be over? Do you think, or specifically, do you think it'll be over Q1? We've had to consistently push back this year where we think it's going. I'm now starting to think maybe beginning of Q2, because we got some really important dates now at the end of Q1. So we may now be looking at April or May before it's over. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I have two kind of theories kind of going on in my head. It's hard for me to believe the SEC doesn't realize that they're losing this case pretty badly. And we've only seen discovery. We haven't seen real evidence yet. But you can tell just based by the judge's rulings that she is definitely siding on the side of transparency. She sided with Ripple. She sided with XRP holders. So it's hard for me to think that the SEC really believes they're going to go into summary judgment and get a good ruling that's what they're looking for. So I would actually expect the case to settle before it gets there. Now, the only way I don't see the SEC actually settling would be if they were told by a higher level person in the US government, hey, you're not allowed to settle this case. You need to take it the distance. We need a red line test in the courts for what's a security and what's a commodity. Let this thing play out. We'll let the court make the decision. If that's not the case, and this is just arrogance by the SEC trying to take it the distance, I mean, that's crazy to me. They've been getting their butt kicked. I think something people don't understand. It actually makes sense for Ripple to want to settle the case too, because if the SEC admits that XRP is not a security, well, they'll have that going forward. If the SEC is actually determined to try to kill XRP, even if Ripple was to win the case, the SEC could still appeal the decision to a second circuit. So the headache could still
go on. They can take it to the Supreme Court, I believe. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Ripple's actually incentivized just to get a settlement with the SEC that says XRP is a security. So in my opinion, it seems like settlement's best for both parties, but trying to think logically with the SEC is a hard thing to do. So I guess we'll just have to see.
Well, like I've been telling people for 6 weeks now, I was told directly from someone who I trust. This is not a random person that messaged me, someone I know in real life. They looked at me and they said, they literally talked to Brad Garlinghouse, and out of Brad Garling's own mouth, he said they turned down a settlement offer from the SEC.
Wow. Yeah. I would assume any settlement offer that Ripple turned down had to have not had forward-looking clarity on XRP. I'm sure it had past-looking clarity saying past XRP is not a security, but we're not going to say anything about XRP going forward. I would be surprised if they turned down a forward-looking statement saying all XRP is not a security. But I mean, who knows? Because that's exactly what they're looking for, right? How could it get any better? I'm sure Ripple would fork over a couple $1 million would have no problem paying the fine if they knew going forward.
Well, they've already spent
$100
$100 million. They've already spent $100 million on the case, they say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, my biggest problem for Ripple not wanting to settle it is just like, if they don't settle it and they do get that decision, in this case, what's the risk of the SEC appealing it to a higher level circuit? Would you rather just have this headache over with, pay the fine, and get that designation that XRP is not a security today? Either way, though, Ripple is doing way better than I ever expected in this case, and I already thought they were on the right side of the law to start. I was really worried about getting a judge who didn't understand cryptocurrency, didn't understand these assets, and she might be so confused she might just side with the SEC. But these judges have been absolutely stellar. They know exactly what's going on here, and I think that's to the detriment of the SEC.
Good. Oh yeah, they're good, and they're not corrupt. They're not corrupt.
No,
that's the big difference between them and a lot of these other judges that we've seen on some of these cases. You know, I got to say, I think you're talk about settlement offers. I think it's good. I just think Brad Garlinghouse believes they have them by the cojones. And, you know, what would be really fascinating is if they do, we're getting short on time, we got to run here, but if the SEC were to lose and appeal, I think we see the relisting still. I think we get the relistings on a lot of the exchanges as they've already won the case, and you know, the appeal process could take years. But I tell you what would be very interesting here would be if Ripple wins, there's not a settlement. It does get appealed, and this basically takes up Gary Gensler's entire tenure because he'll be out in 2024 no matter what. He spent Gary Gensler's legacy is losing the XRP case. Like, there's nothing I would love more than to see that.
Oh, I'd absolutely love that. And real quick, you talked about that class action with Gary Gensler. Definitely look into the Twitter account Gary Gensler Facts, because right now Gary Gensler has $124 million of a fund that's not registered with the SEC that should be. So Gary Gensler, the guy who wants all these projects to register, hasn't even registered his own fund that's supposed to be registered with the SEC. Pretty funny thing to look into.
Yeah, that sounds like changing cars from gasoline to electric and making them not use seatbelts. That's what Gary Gensler said about the exchange. Oh my gosh, what a doucher that guy is. Well, man, thank you so much, Connor, for coming on. It's been a fascinating conversation. We're trying to get a lot more of these XRP conversations going every single Wednesday. I don't know if you guys have noticed, that's when we've been doing these. Love to get you back on the docket. Really enjoyed having you on, and we'll get you on again sometime.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for letting me on. Make sure to follow me at Mickle Markets. Thanks, BitBoy. I'll come on whenever.
Awesome, man. All right. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.
Yep. See ya.
Cool. Yeah. I like that guy. I love these people that come on, man. We go over because like, I just love these conversations. I only get a few minutes with these people. And it's really cool. So real quick, let's run through the last couple of stories here. Then we'll do a Q&A. Nomad reportedly ignored security vulnerability that led to. Oof. Who does this sound like? Sounds like Do Kwon.
Sounds like crypto, to be honest.
Yeah. Guys, I cannot tell you this enough. If there is a vulnerability, it will be exploited. Period. That's why with things we do with development over here, that's my top concern for sure. The guy that's going to be handling, this new platform that may be coming down the road, CTO is high level from a high level place with a great track record. We are so serious about the security of this because that's what brings you down. Secure. It doesn't matter how good your marketing is. It doesn't how good your platform is. If you have exploits and vulnerabilities and they get exploited, that will break you. And so these are things that if they saw that could you imagine? Could you imagine running something that had $225 million on it and someone brings you this and says, hey, this can be exploited? And you say, nah, don't worry about that.
Yeah. No, I can't imagine that.
No, can't possibly imagine that. So that is really sad. Ethical hackers returned $9 million to exploit a crypto bridge platform. Well, that's great. But the only problem is it was $190 million. So I guess what they're saying here is only about like, what is that? 4% of the hackers are ethical. That makes sense. This is on me, Robinhood CEO, to lay off 23%. All right, guys. Okay. Everybody come in here. Okay. I need y'all to count off in fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys, all my 4s, y'all are out. It's on me. My bad. If you're in the 4s, sorry, you got to go. But guys, it's my fault. But if you are still here, you guys know I drive a Lamborghini. If you're still here and you work long enough, you work hard enough, you put everything in, I might be able to buy a second one next year. That's Robinhood CEO for you. The online retail broker blamed the economy for a decline in user numbers and net revenue, fell 44%. The bad news came in a Tuesday blog from a co-founder. This guy is I don't like this guy, Vlad Tenev. I can't stand this guy. There's so many things about what he's done at Robinhood. The worst IPO in history. Did you know that, TJ? Do you remember that?
I didn't realize.
Robinhood was the worst IPO in history, numbers-wise. Why? It sucks. It's all they do is steal your data and send it to the hedge fund so you lose. We haven't talked about this in a long time because Robinhood's been kind of in vogue when it comes to trading, especially markets are down, whatever. Their whole scam was telling you they're for the everyday person. That would be like me saying we're the people's channel and then I create a hedge fund that destroys all of you. Like, that doesn't make sense. I cannot stand these intellectually dishonest people that lie to their users and try to get them to think they're on their side and they're fighting against them the whole time. It's absolutely disgusting. That's how your stop losses get hunted over there when you're leveraging or options on the stock market, is they sell all your trades to the freaking hedge funds. How insane is that? So screw this guy. I don't like this guy. I hope he fails in every single thing that he does. I hope he gets voted out of this. He needs a taste of his own medicine. He needs to go to the poorhouse. He needs to live into some poverty so he can understand what he's done to other people. So I get really pissed off when I talk about this guy. I hate Robinhood. Now, the movie with Kevin Costner with a great Bryan Adams song, what's the Bryan Adams song? How's it go?
No idea.
Does anybody know? What's the Bryan Adams song from the Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner? It's a great love ballad. Send that out to you, TJ. Okay, crypto VC firm hash. He just ignored that. You guys like? Do y'all like when TJ ignores my advances towards him?
Everything I do.
Everything I do it for TJ.
Hey.
People don't believe that at all. The crypto VC firm Hash confirms losing more than $3 billion in a Luna exploit. Yada, yada, yada. Quick hits. Cardano's EVM's compatible. European Union Securities Watchdog is doing some stuff. College textbook price went up. It says collage here instead of college. Johnny, you must not have went to college. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. he thought that one was funny. CBDCs are anti-democratic. Match Group puts crypto. Mississippi women jailed for what did she get jailed for? Let's look it up. 10 years for paying for murder in Bitcoin. Guys, if you're gonna pay for murder, do it with a credit card or cash.
Right.
Obviously, she did it with Bitcoin.
So
now she's going to prison for 10 years. What an idiot.
Yeah. Prepaid card or cash.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll know who. Yeah.
Well, you know what? If I'm hiring a hitman, I'm only doing cash on delivery. CODs. Those are out of style now, but cash on delivery.
25% up front, 75% when the job is done.
I want y'all to think about how things used to operate. You used to could call a 1-800 number and order something, and when they delivered it, you just handed them cash.
That's crazy.
But like every time Amazon shows up, like people would spend a lot less money. Yeah. People would spend a lot less money if every time. Think about how many times Amazon comes to your house. Amazon comes to my house 3 or 4 times a day. I kid you not. And I buy my toothbrush on Amazon. We buy our dog food on Amazon. We're not buying crazy stuff. I mean, I do buy some crazy stuff sometimes. I buy gum by the bulk. Every time they come, if I had to fork out cash, I'd be like, dang, this is adding up. Just put it on the debit card. Don't worry about it. All right. We got some questions.
Yeah, we got a few.
I sing and subscribers go down. Michael Payne, that's not true. Some of our greatest times were when I would sing Jason Derulo.
Yeah.
Hey, that's bull market vibes.
Bull market.
All right, go ahead.
All right, real quick. From Grant, he loves to ask questions. What are your thoughts on Thor, which is Thor Chain, and the Zeus nodes? Will they survive the bear market? That's Rune, Thor Chain.
What is Zeus? That's a kind of node on there as well?
I guess.
I don't know what Zeus nodes is.
Yeah.
I'm big on mythology, Greek gods, Norse gods. No, but in all seriousness, I think Thor Chain's a great project. They had an exploit. They've recovered from it. We were very bullish on it towards the end of the bull run. And then, so it was really, as it launched its mainnet, it's going to really start moving, I think. But unfortunately, obviously, it got cut short by Bitcoin.
Does Ledger cold storage support all chains?
No, it does not.
And they're
support
really
all chains.
I don't think there is a hardware wallet that supports all chains. I will say the Ledger supports many chains and many of the major ones.
I believe it's the most, I think.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. Let me get Anthony super chat real quick behind that. BitBoy, you should have anonymous crypto predictions on your show. Dude's legit. He's been accurate on everything. He hasn't been accurate on everything. He has been pretty accurate on nobody's accurate on everything. That's not a real thing. So I just know that I can't point you to something he was wrong about, but I know that he has been wrong because everybody's been wrong about something. But I like that guy. We've been conversing a good bit on Twitter. He'll probably clip this and put it on there because that's the kind of guy he is. If he's anonymous, the problem is, I like him. I converse with him on Twitter a good bit. He's a guy I was talking about a few weeks ago. I was like, I can't remember this guy's name. It's Anonymous Crypto Predictions. Go check him out. Follow him. I'll give him a little shout out here, so you guys can just look it up here. Go to Twitter, Anonymous.
But he's anonymous.
Yeah, he's anonymous. So it's actually Crypto Twittier is his name. He's got 18.2 thousand followers. He's good stuff. We don't really do anonymous people on the show because it's like weird to have a static picture of somebody. We might do it every once in a while. But somebody's got to be able to dox themselves to come on my show. That's how I trick people into doxing themselves. I'm just kidding. It's not. But I like him. You guys go follow him on Twitter at least.
Super chat from Real Talk. Is Solana in beta? Yes.
It is, right?
It
like
is still in their
when
beta.
is it mainnet? But how is it not on mainnet when it's on its own chain? I'm confused about how that works with Solana. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, they launched their own chain. They're still in beta. That's still considered beta testing. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It is a mainnet. They're still doing transactions. It's just not fully.
It's a mainnet. It's not the mainest net.
Well,
we'll have a mainer net down the road.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all we got.
That's all we got. The show's been long this week.
Yeah. Had a lot to talk about.
We have, man. I love talking with the people too. We have the XRP guest, guys. He was just on a few minutes ago. Where were you at?
Yeah.
Where you at, though? All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the show today. We love you guys. I love you guys tremendously, as always. Be safe out there with your trading. Hopefully, we're going to have some live trades tomorrow. Hopefully, some of this. I'm working on a promo code for Market Cypher if you want to check that out. Make sure to come back for Around the Blockchain this afternoon. We'll have 9 p.m. for you guys tonight. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out. Oh, wait. I can't go up the show. Oh, no. This is crisis. God.